Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, marking this the end of Series 2 of Blake 7. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll come back to cover the others at some point. It's really not a problem. This is Star 1. This is the end of, well, Blake's time with the crew. Not that it was immediately obvious from the beginning. You see, they've been chasing Star 1, killing off Control, the thing that brings about the end of everything, except, you know what you do with narrative is you twist it and turn it into something else. Because this episode opens with Star 1 going wrong, which is, in all fairness, exactly what Blake wanted in the first place. Of course, he wanted to be the one responsible for it going wrong. What he could have done was just claimed responsibility, and then that would have been the end of it. Here's the synopsis. Star 1 is breaking down. Servalan has found out that all the technicians who remained on the planet to service the system have been taken over by aliens from Andromeda. Dun dun dun! To pave way for a galactic invasion. The Liberator crew finds Star 1's controls a vast antimatter minefield, which Travis is helping to close down to let the invasion begin. He has effectively betrayed mankind. In a confrontation, Travis wounds Blake severely before Avon kills him and gets Blake back to the Liberator as the invasion force arrives. It's a tiny synopsis to sum up a massive thing. Now, as with all Blake 7s, there are moments of this story that basically suck. They aren't great. Now, you open with lots of things going horribly wrong. It's basically, as I said, Star 1's breaking down. But the thing that appears to upset Servalan the most is the exotic fruit that's being destroyed because of the weather control going wrong. Basically, who's going to look out for the pineapples? Oh God, won't somebody look after the pineapples? And so on. It's not good. It's not great. But what it is it's sewn up. It closes a lot of things down. The end of Travis, as he falls like the Emperor down a massive mineshaft, is kind of, stuff that will come eventually. These are all spoilers, but as you've already seen the episode and just want to hear my review of it, that's fine. Now, the Andromeda invasion thing, fan wisdom has it that the Daleks were going to be the invading force. It was going to be some sort of Dalek Empire thing. And if you like that sort of thing, go away and experience Big Finish's Dalek Empire. Nick Briggs's magnificent octopus. Well, he's magnum opus, you know what I mean. But is this story just the end of the Travis storyline? Or is this something better? You see, in many respects, this is when you discover that Blake's character, is worse than Servalan. Because he just wants to destroy Star 1. He wants to destroy Control. But Avon has a perfectly valid point. If no one knows where Star 1 is, which is weird, because who's going to fix the place when it goes wrong? Oh, look, it's gone wrong. That's weird. Then they could control everything. They could hold the galaxy to ransom. The existence of the gigantic minefield in order to protect our galaxy from the Andromeda invading fleet is interesting. It smacks of Star Trek, but then again, so does the whole series, and we've covered that in great depth in other podcasts. This is, of course, the anti-Star Trek. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and that's how this episode ends, because we want that massive, glorious battle and the cliffhangers, and that's what's missing between Series 2 and Series 3. We never get to see the enormous battle. Everyone's about to open fire, and that's where it ends. A gigantic cliffhanger that just doesn't happen. And that's why you need Big Finish, because Big Finish have done the battle, have done all of these things. Go back and listen, because you won't be disappointed. And you won't get any more, not with this cast. Not with all of them anyway. Yes, the aftermath, which is what comes next, is indeed an aftermath of the battle that we never get to see. We never get to experience the battles, the combat, the incredible sacrifice, the way that everyone from the human galaxy, ours, is out to defend itself against the not Daleks, the giant plant pots from another world, because let's face it, the effects budget was stretched beyond belief, and they had nothing else to throw at us. Alien-looking spacecraft that look like nothing that's ever gone before is easier to write down than it is to build, especially with no budget. So imagine the alien fleet looking better than plant pots with bits stuck on them, and see something glorious. Why are they bothering to invade anyway? Just why bother? So, that brings us to the end of this series, the end of our time with Blake. Perhaps not everyone else. We've still got Villa. In fact, we've got nearly all of the rest of the cast, except for Blake, who will be leaving us for an extended period of time, perhaps never to return, perhaps. You all know where it's going. You've all seen it. So thank you very much for listening to the end of Series 2, and we'll get back to you. Because although this was camp, and alien invaders, and giant minefields, and Servalan trying desperately just to save her own neck, is still not as bad as Blake just wanting to destroy all forms of control and turning everyone back into, well, the Stone Age. The man was clearly insane. The Federation might not be great, but they were the best of a bad lot. Doesn't really sound like much of an epitaph, does it? So until next time, when I'm sure I'll be talking about something you equally recognise, be seeing you. On the 2nd of September 2017, Hooverville 9 will be with us. William Russell, the man who was Ian Chesterton and still is on Big Finish. Carol Ann Ford, Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter. Nicola Bryant, Perry. Toby Haydock, DVD Extras Man and everyone's favourite racist barman. Jessica Martin, Fraser Hines, Jamie. Phil Ford, Michael Pickwood, Philip Hinchcliffe and Matthew Dale are just some of the names who'll be appearing at Hooverville, the biggest little Doctor Who convention ever. Visit hooverville.org to get tickets. See you then. That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.